well, well, quite the mess you've made here. I'm Melody.
She steps forward, grabs you behind the neck with alarming strength, and pulls you close. She sniffs twice. She releases you and grins, running...
God woken. I'm Melody, as I said. I'm here to help you get off this island, and you're what gets some of us out of bed each morning. What do... Well, first things first.
She peers at you closely.
Tell me, which of those little gods did you meet, and what did they teach you?
Her eyes go wide.
Go on then. Show me what he taught you. I don't. Now go on. Ah, like that. Right, hold on then.
She takes you by the shoulders and gestures for you to do the same to her. She closes her eyes and...
Perfect. You really are God-woken. I'm... happy. Oh, how unbecoming. Come then, we set sail, your destiny awaits, etc. You'll have to ask the Meister about that. She's dying to meet you.
Melody beckons you to the boat.
After you, darling. Boat first, questions later.
Melody grabs the vessel with two hands.
God-woken. Wait till she finds out.
Salty water mists your face. Your skin prickles in bright, warm sunlight. The boat bobs forward through the water, and Fort Joy shrinks behind you.
Tired but victorious, the party made for the Lady Vengeance. The horrors of Fort Joy behind them. They arrived as sorcerers. They left as God-woken. The fate of this God-forsaken world now rested on their shoulders. Or at least, on the shoulders of one of them.
Yes, this might be...
A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
Don't stand between a prince and his principles. The Magisters learned that the hard way.
What were they thinking, standing against an Eternal? I almost pity the poor, ignorant...
A hard-fought freedom, sure. But if spilling blood is bad, onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the...
Well, this is a fine sight. Utterly barbaric, of course, destroying a tree and turning it into a boat. Grotesque, but, well, look at it, Quercus. A floating nest, surrounded on all sides by salt water. Well, yes, of course we'll continue our research, Quercus. We're not monsters. Still, I must admit you were right about the shield. It proved... Oh! Yes, it seems our... How does something so large and ungainly sneak up on a person? You give the giants too much credit, Quercus. I think the salty air has addled your mind. It has certainly been useful, but elegant. No, we have no time for your fawning.
Claude. So close to escaping.
Deliver us from terror.
I remember this one. His name was Kerben. His friend Saw couldn't save him.
Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive. I would not, the ship won't sail. We had orders to search every corner of it and figure out what's...
She glances over towards a smouldering pile of ash on the deck nearby. Something...
That was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my call, he touched the figurehead, and it attacked him. Without warning. Just remember what I said, Godwoken. If you die, then this was all for nothing. Nothing. The ship is live wood, that much is clear.
Her eyes flick over to the small...
Thank you. We were held captive together. Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest.
Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what success looks like.
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a proper service.
What's-his-face and so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else. They died for those Godwoken, after all.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much?
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the corner of his eye and smiles.
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad...
Very glad indeed.
Too many.
One too few, actually. Alexander, he's alive. Apparently, you didn't hit hard enough.
He's in the hold below decks. Unconscious, but alive.
What could possibly be more urgent than getting this boat moving? She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
This is barbarous magic.
Expedient magic, actually. The ship is made of live wood. It has the spirit of an elven ancestor tree within it. That means only she can control it. Unless we can find a way to break the bond.
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to rudder. It hasn't been easy.
These Seekers have such a limited skill set.
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope you do too.
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. They kind of like to feel useful, don't they?
It's your best that'll save us all.
Nothing up here's gonna get her going, even for a Godwoken.
Nothing on any of the dead bodies. Maybe there's something below decks. We can't get this ship moving, Godwoken. We have every free hand.
Glad to see you made it, Ivan.
Ah, my favorite godless wolf. This is Dallas's ship, but she can't have been the only one who could get it moving. There's a way to move this ship on board, I'm sure of it. The figurehead has certainly caused a commotion lately. But then again, so have the doors downstairs. Everywhere you look, you'd be surprised. A ship like this holds many secrets. Hopefully you can discover some. Dying to hear them. Meister Siva is one of a rare breed. She'd do anything in the name of a cause, and her cause, we'd better not leave her waiting. She's the founder of these seekers, and she's powerful. Your kind can reach astounding heights. Meister Siva, a place called Driftwood, hosts a putrid fish, You'll probably find it quite comfortable.
Ah, there you are. High time to stop gallivanting and resume our journey together, wouldn't you say? Off we go, then. Quite right. Do seek my counsel. I highly recommend it. Oh, don't tell me you've never heard the stories. The tale of my birth has been a bedtime staple for years. A dinner party favorite. Cute. One day a red sun rose, turning the desert sands into a blood-colored sea. The sun rose to its zenith. But there set... Indeed, I've been a married man since the day I was born. For they call me...
He laughs wryly, bearing...
To tell you the truth, I've no idea why I'm red, but I do fancy I was rather lucky. Why, thank you. You'll find I don't live up. Case in point is that I have a high opinion of myself because of my unparalleled... Though I won't go so far as to deny absolute wealth has its perks. No wonder I seek my way back to the throne. There was a small incident which prompted my many rivals to move against me. Such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself it should exempt as a matter of course. Notice that, did you? For future reference, if I don't answer a question, it's because I don't want to. I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? We can exchange criminal records later. Indeed. Rallick, if I'm not mistaken. Always was rather the slow sibling in the pantheon, wasn't he? Quite so. I suppose you'd... For we do have to wonder, can a god be called a god still if they have to plead with another to assume the power? You may have no interest in semantics, but clearly you have an interest in... That much I can appreciate. More glorious than you could ever imagine. Ask me again once we escape, and I'll tell you tales that will... Why, sail for the mainland, of course. The sooner Fort Joy is but a...
Void Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list once we get this thing moving, shall we? Driftwood, of course. Little fishing village. Not very welcoming, but you'll brighten it up, I'm sure. Meister Siva's there too. My leader. She held the Seekers together when we had every reason to fall apart. Think of her as a teacher. The powers of the Seven stir in you. She'll reveal them to you. I won't let the fallen be forgotten. I'd be no better than Dallas, no better than Alexander, if I just tossed to think that whelp spawned from greatness. He deserves no better fate than his silent monks. All this... He's down there now, guarded like some precious jewel. Amazing to think those of us in the Order once assumed the gods were with him, and only him. That other Godwoken. When Lucian died, we waited. And waited some more. Alexander never rose. We weren't the only ones who noticed either. Not every Godwoken we found was alive. And so the Seekers were born. We found Godwoken, housed them, fed them. I loved them like family. But let's leave the past in the past and reach for... She's not. Well, not in the strictest sense. She's not exactly an elf either. I don't know how Siva came to know her, but Malady's a proper ally. But there are times I admire her coldness.
Gareth fingers the hilt of his blade. He stares at nothing.
Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
We have to find a way to get this ship moving. We can't let...
The silent monk leans from one foot to the other. He seems...
Boring.
The silent monk leans forward slightly and stares at you straight in the...
Junk.
Nothing. Damn it.
How you doing? You creatures with your legs and arms and your opposable thumbs. You always want to steer the ship. You need to trust the ship. It knows what it's doing. It dances to the tune. It goes... la 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 la... or something like that. It's pretty catchy, but I can't remember how it goes. Good thing Dallas had that book, eh? In your hands. This is generally accepted amongst creatures like yourself. All right, all right. Go to the nose bit of the ship, open the book, look at the markings inside it, sing the song. That's it. That's always entertaining. For me, anyway.
Good night's sleep. Let's team up, you and me. What do you say? How do, partner? Though I reckon I should fill you... Right now, though, the biggest thing on my mind is some candy arse called Lohar, lurking in Driftwood. The Queen is up to something nasty. Well, that's that sorted. Onward, then!
passing hat, natty beard, vessel adrift. It's a sea Look, I don't know how to ask you this, but...
He punctuates his point by rapping his own head a few times.
We get this tub moving.
He notes your gaping mouth and slaps you on the back with a guffaw.
You hoping to catch some flies in that maw of yours? I'm joshing you. If you're going to have an adventure, you need to get used to some ribbon, friend. Because let me tell you, if you're not laughing, you're dying.
Boring.
Sweet divine.
I must say, you may not be an eternal, but you are certainly not as temporary as many of your fellows. Personally, I am just glad that I do not have to walk back to Reaper's Coast. Wind travel may be primitive, but it is at least efficient. Livewood? You have taken a dead elf and carved it into a pleasure yacht? I knew you people were barbarians. Well, no matter. Whatever gets me to Reaper's Coast quickly. I have an excavation site to explore. The only treasure worth digging for. I was investigating a site where several artifacts of my people... Alas, I was not the only one there. They caught me when I failed to correctly respond to their questions. Still, it's good to be on the move again. They simply asked me what I was doing there, and I simply told them to be gone. I may have used the phrase pathetic mortals. Come to think of it, I may have... Damn fools. The faster we leave them behind, the happier I shall be. Well, you see, I have a rather pressing...
The skeleton breaks off mid-sentence as he notices your hand.
Physical contact, voice lowered, coy looks. Good heavens. Is this a mating ritual? Oh, my pardons. I fear I'm rather unaccustomed to your... custom. Although perhaps you would be interested in a companion of another sort. I need to travel to the Black Pit's oil field, near Reaper's Coast. But my attempts at staying, given how well you handled yourself in Fort Joy, I rather think... So, how about it? I travel with you and aid you in your various chores and tasks, while you help... Very well.
This is heinously unfair.
This is perhaps the first intelligent question you have asked. After all, one should always try to learn from one's betters. My people are a race far beyond anything that... We seek to master the secret. We craft wonders to last through the ages, long after your crude tools have rusted to nothing. There are rumors that some have been found at the Black Pits. I was trying to uncover the truth when I was waylaid by these mad... But wherever the artifacts of my people are, I will find them. We have not simply vanished into thin air. There is a great variety among our people. Some are tall and lithe, others short and muscled. This is what makes you such an abomination. You almost look exactly like every other human out there. Just as walking through this world is as repulsively bland as staring at a... no offense, of course. No, I should not yet. Not until I know what truly befell my people. And, after all, I am still here, despite the Voidwoken's best efforts. Well, of course it is. It was crafted with care. 100% ethically harvested from mortals, too. The quality is second to none. Oh, you simply wait until the creature is dead, preferably of natural causes. Although that does limit your choices somewhat. You may end up with quite a few sagging faces. I will never understand why you have so readily accepted aging, or digestion. They are frightful pastimes. Up to a point, certainly. They are frightfully loud. The faces are often what you might call... Poison is preferred, of course. No marks to the face. Not for them, of course. But it's significantly more relaxing for me. Ignorant. I dare say I have a better... Oh, I may be missing some social mores or be unaware of what king waged which war. But why nitpick? Your history is an interminably dull list of mortals that were born, achieved nothing of worth, and then certainly one may have expanded his kingdom, or another in... Where will your kingdoms be in 100 years? They will all be dust, along with each and every one of your great heroes. Your people and nations come and go, mayflies screaming their importance at a... But the universe is always there. The laws that even when my people walked this land, a dropped apple still fell to the ground. I have yet to see the mortal king that can decree all apples must fall up from their trees, or order fire to produce cold instead of heat. No, these laws stretch to infinity. Understanding that is knowledge worth having. Everything else is arguing over who has built the prettiest sandcastle as the waves creep closer. I fell victim to the enemy of all great minds. Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of change. These are the things that poison civilizations. I was on the cusp of a glorious breakthrough, but my king's fear held me back. I discovered a veil hanging across the universe. A barrier of pure... It was amazing. Who knows what secrets may have been hidden behind that curtain? But my king... Do you know? I never thought to ask. Between him purging me and casting me into a traitor... What a foolish oversight! If only I'd had your prescience and curiosity, I could have saved myself centuries of pondering that very question. He ceased to be my king the moment he turned. I did nothing wrong. All I wanted... Who knows? Had I been allowed to continue my studies, perhaps I could have warded off whatever catastrophe... I mean, yes, I suppose you could have drained the power from it, but that would have weakened... After all, the power of the thing is not the point. The secrets to the universe could have lain behind... Now, I fear I never will. Well, certainly he was not pleased with my insistence... Was law, but the reason I was purged was slightly less. After the king refused to let me investigate the veil, I brought 7 lords, beneath the king in authority, but far above me. I brought them my research. I showed them... I had hoped they would help me convince the king of his error, but before they or I... Well, my sentence was carried out. Indeed, So I gathered from your earlier prattling. I also met someone. Oh, nothing is wrong. Simply unexpected. The person I met was without doubt a god. At least, when I wore flesh, I knew her as the Lady Armadia. She was one of the 7 lords that served our king. Naturally, they acted as any lords would. They bowed to their king and sneered at their lessers. And there was an awful lot of sneering, even back then. One can only imagine how much there is now. Oh, what do you want from me? I'm not here if you wish to know what they were like. Each of the races were crafted not just in the image of their god. Vrogir was large and strong as his orcs. Zantezza quick and witty as an imp. And Rallic prone to bouts of fighting and boasting, much like every human I've ever encountered. You were crafted as an act of ego, but one can hardly hold that against the creatures. In truth, the lords never troubled themselves with too much imagination. Yes, well, if you are quite finished wasting my time, I believe we have some business to get on with. What would I do? Oh, dear heart, it is only fitting after all. You worshipped the Eternals as gods. Why not follow one as divine? The Lady Armadia has laid out the plight of the world and begged me. It is a grave responsibility, but one that I gladly accept. Yes, and how is that working out, I wonder? Perhaps if your precious Lucian had been a little less mortal, you would still have a divine, and the Voidwoken would not be trying to chew on my bones. Honestly. You turn your back for just a few millennia, and the world goes to stink.
The skeleton stands quiet.
I'm not sure. Centuries in a tomb can warp one's memory. I remember the big things, of course. My library, my home, but the rest, it's all covered in a fog. And the more I see of this world, the thicker that. Once I would have boasted that it was the best form of government. Living forever under the rule of a wise king is if he should reject philosophy and the natural arts for the sake of power. I was a scholar, researching the secret. Had I been allowed to proceed, my people could have an entire race of deities. With a perfect, it would have solved all of our problems. Indeed, you cannot. Nothing in this world compares to it. We crafted our homes from stone and crystal, using the power of the universe. Your people, on the other hand, seem quite content to sit about in smoky hovels, held together. It's a mercy I don't have a nose. I cannot imagine how you stand it. They came rather low in my life, alas. My wife and daughter always had to compete with my work for my attention, and my work was always stiff competition. They were often neglected. I wonder how many more years, well, before whatever happened, happened. Set sail, for the love of all things. The sooner I am off this carved monstrosity, the better.
Speak to me if you're looking for hired help. I've got good fighters of every stripe. Oh, I see you have a full contingent already. Then I'll leave you be.
There's something to these doors I'm not seeing.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere? So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing. The old band back together again. Look at me.
Losa leans back slightly, thin arms crossed in front of her chest, and stares at you defiantly from dark eye sockets, darker and deeper set than when you first met. She blows back a lock of white hair.
Exactly. I want to make sure you understand, well, the risks. I can hear its thoughts. It isn't out for blood. It's out for... I was wrong to think I could hold it off. Could you stop me? Really stop me, if it came to that? Do I ever? Still sore from that one. At the time, I wanted you to defend me. I didn't realize how bad things had gotten. If something like that happens again, you do what needs to be done. Deal? Either you'll do it or you won't. You have to choose. Fair enough, but I can't walk beside you then. I need more than a companion. I need someone. You let me know if you change your mind.
Being behind bars suits you.
A young magister paces around the brig, fussing over Alexander's unconscious form. She notices you observing her. She straightens her back and sets her jaw in a defiant scowl.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. That's all the information I'm giving to any of you lot, so stow your questions. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The Magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. There's a shift in the Magister's expression.
I'm a good Magister, loyal. But Dallas, something about her has changed. She's toying with dark magic, like a common sorcerer. She had this old book of hymns and incantations. It was only ever in her hands, or else locked away in her cabin at the stern.
Spotted something.
We've braved the joy, and I lust for further adventure. But you've still too many with you. Do something about that. Yes? Needlework.
Missing hat, natty beard, vessel.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
If we have different paths to take...
We've braved the joy.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on...
What use Fort Joy had has been spent. New hunting grounds wait across the sea, so by all means, let us sail. I walked up to the quay, asked for the ship to Fort Joy, and declared myself a sorcerer. I'm here to hunt, remember? Here to play a game of tic-tac-terminate with a special certain someone. People will enslave anything these days. At least back in my day, they had the elegance to opt for...
One of her eyebrows arcs, like a cat arching its back, red...
A touchy subject, I warn you. It didn't exactly feel like a kick, but the true pain came after, when I lost all of my own... I served but the Master and none but he. Touchy subject. I did warn you.
Sabine looks at the flask with surprise, but accepts it with a nod and takes...
My word. Warms the heart and everything else besides. Thank you. I needed a bit of good cheer. So, cheers.
And there goes the rest of your bottle.
Home. There's no... I hail from the land that was. The king... If ever I had a home, it has long since gone up in the smoke of death. So, no home. Except... the world is mine.
She looks at you,
Yes. You may bow before the Queen of the World.
She shakes her head in return.
Even in jest, one's true self may be I find your true self wanting.
I've plenty of fighters for hire. Experts in... Oh, I see you have a full contingent already. Then I'll leave you be.
Got that Magister to talk? Oh, good work. I knew she'd crack eventually.
Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, his eyes are only half closed. His swollen jaw hangs open at an odd angle. His face contorts with agony and his eyes flutter, yet he doesn't return to consciousness. No matter how loud you shout your questions, you get no response from the unconscious Alexander. You can't quite make out the details. You need to get closer. Someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over his abdomen. They rise and fall in shallow bruises swell beneath his eyes, and a shallow gash zigzags from his right ear down to his beardless cheek. Unconscious, he looks more boy than bishop.
You spoke, didn't you? Ha! I knew you would eventually.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Got that Magister? Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold. And the other one ain't... All right then, just... I'll keep an eye on the red until the cage is locked again.
The Magister leans in.
If you ever find yourself face to face with Magisters, you tell them I was tortured. I didn't betray the cause. Get away from him, sorcerer. That's the divine. All right. Don't harm him.
You spoke, didn't you? Ha!
Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, his eyes are only half closed. His swollen jaw hangs over, bruises swell beneath his eyes, and a shallow gash zigzags. Someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over. A beautiful six-sided gem rests on the bishop's chest, hung round his neck by an ordinary oiled rope. The gem sits heavily in your pouch.
You spoke, didn't you? Ha! I knew you would eventually.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Too late for that now, Red. The bell can't be unrung.
There's got to be some clue. Dallas would have trusted someone with a secret, wouldn't she?
Hey! You're here! Pretty nice boat, eh? There's got to be another way to get it going, but we can't find a way into Dallas's room.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice it's unblemished wood. There is no knot, no scratch, no dent to detract from its apparent perfection. The wood groans and creaks. For a moment, you swear a face appears in the wood. A face tortured and torn, the face vanishes. The anguished face appears once more. It dips its forehead towards you and waits. A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door. It seems to breathe. All of a sudden, all anguish is gone. It gives you the sternest of looks.
I am summoned. Speak the password. You've summoned me with the gem, indeed. Now, the password. No. The human mind is as simple as it is stubborn.
No entry allowed. Please use the port side door. Listen up so I don't have to repeat myself again. I am not an entry door. Fine. Answer the security question. Current security measures forbid me from providing the security question. Current security measures forbid me from telling you that the password is fortitude.
The face in the door is confused for a moment.
Drat. No entry.
This is the stateroom. Authorized person. Yes. And yes again. The word is...
I hope you found something or...
You saw what I could not. It seems Melody is quite...
Just one more moment, please.
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap and turns his full attention.
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe my thanks? I'm a prisoner, of course. Do you think I'd be sitting here calmly if I was a Magister holdout? That infernal Dallas woman left me trapped here, too weak to escape. It seems I'm in your debt. Why torture? What else?
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath, the skin is withered.
She used some form of domination device on me, forcing my hands to do her bidding, and half ruined them in the process. I have particular skills that she sought. Healing, crafting, a more arcane magical practice.
He clicks the gauntlet into place around his withered forearm, his eyes on you the whole time.
But that damn contraption that she used on me seems to have fogged my memory. The rest is a blur. No! Necromancy is an unsavory practice, not something to be
His face abruptly creases into a smile.
But come now, enough of Dallas and dead cats. You've taken this ship and granted my freedom. This is a happy moment. I'm afraid I cannot tell you what I do not remember. Could you pass me that copper wire just there?
An unseen force yanks the copper out of your grasp. Tarquin catches it and offers you a thin smile.
Butterfingers? I'm afraid I truly can't remember anything. Now, unless there's something else you want, I need to get back to my work. I'm doing my utmost to be civil to you, under rather trying circumstances. Why must you push me like this? Well, you're painting me into a corner here, friend.
If this one was enslaved by Dallis, then he could still be under her thrall. We can't risk...
Let the creature live. He is hardly worth our time.
Anyone who faced enslavement deserves our sympathy, not our blades. Leave him.
He takes your hand in his gauntlet-clad fist and shakes it. There's a lot more power in his grip than his slender frame would suggest.
Call me Tarquin, and consider me at your service. I must admit, despite what she did to me, I can't help but admire her a little. The woman is... So if you should cross paths again, be sure to leave her broken. You will not get another chance. No! This piece is far beyond what those wretches could muster. The Magisters left me weakened, but this will help give me the strength to carry on my work. We're barely acquainted. Why should I tell you anything personal? Well, don't assume that you can drag me down with you.
been cursed.
Junk. A pyramid. What a rivalon is this for?
A teleporter pyramid. Only one way to find out if it works. Try using it.
What script is this? Whatever it is, it appears to be written in verse.
You after something? Looking to interrogate me again, perhaps? I have nothing to say to you. Think twice in future before you urge violence against others. I'm glad you decided to put that moment of doubt behind you. The last thing we need here is more unpleasantness.
I've spotted something.
I'm a monster. I click and clack as I stalk my prey. My tail, I suffer. Don't touch me. My very being is a curse. Was Tarquin that wretch, that rat? I ate an ill mouse and passed in my sleep, and the brooding me miserable. Mumsy? Is she here? Mumsy, where are you? 'Tis I, Booply Bear. I am quite changed, but don't be frightened. Fie! Hear this feline's lament, O immortal gods, I am so wretched. And what is a Booply Bear without her sweet Mumsy? I say he is nothing. You! She sent you!
The cat begins to purr and rub itself on your ankles.
Any friend to Mumsy is a friend to me. I believe the song is around here somewhere. As I said, not Mumsy. You'll need the song for that.
The cat purrs, an eerie clicking sound.
Tell Mumsy to come back soon. Now that I am but bone, I'm too light to trip the moving door.
Oh, Quirkus, don't be like that. I was looking at his bone structure for academic purposes. There's nothing to be jealous of, honestly.